Yes, yo. What up, everybody? It's your boy. Welcome to YouTube. YouTube. Hello, YouTube. It's your boy. What's my name? If you know my name, sing it with me. As we do the inaugural shout out of the Hash Man every 9:34 a.m. Oh, Pennsylvania loves the Hash Man. Iraq loves the Hash Man. Yugoslavia doesn't really like the Hash Man, but we're going to Yugoslavia to do a free concert in June. They will love me after that. Oh, Italy really loves the Hash Man. France really loves the Hash Man. Morocco and I are like a best of friends, yo. Ladies, je t'aime. Je t'aime, my ladies.
Ready, go! The enemy is picking. The hunt begins.
Come on, Dexter. It's our
Your team
showtime.
is picking.
Mighty oats from little acorns grow.
Oh, yeah.
The spirit of the
We have some
mountains
really nice tea in
calls
front of
upon
us, so I hope you do as well. Tea is good for you. It's good for your body. It's very warm.
Where there is
That's
light,
also good
for
there
you.
are also shadows.
What's also good for you is also very good for me. You see what I'm getting at here, folks? If you're enjoying this show right now, stop what you're
Do you
doing,
want to make friends
scroll
with
around on the
Anna?
page, click the
The
three
enemy
dots,
is picking.
and hit that like button.
Betray me.
Right now. I'll wait. Get her done. Thank you in advance, folks. Today we're talking about gain of function. You can Google the meaning of this. Google allows you still to do that, so they still allow people to have their own information collected, while still really most people won't collect their own information. You will get your information from a black mirror. And that mirror has a hidden agenda with 4 people controlling the words said on the mirror all over the world. On this channel, you will hear only the views I have come up with on my own in my 40, ladies, I'm so sorry, in my plus 40 years of experience
Welcome to
with
Mobile
life
Legends.
on a different level. Because I asked questions. I didn't just run around being greedy, stealing from people all day. I never hid stuff. I never stole people's things. I'm not a thief, eh? I mean, if my wife had 75 cents on the dresser and I had to go downtown, and on the way back I stopped and grabbed groceries, it's not really stealing if I also spent $85 on groceries that day. But I got downtown because whatever reason I needed to go downtown, and then later I got groceries and walked home, right? So I've been with my wife 20 years, and we've had all kinds of stuff happen in our lives to us and about us, or however you want to word it. Mostly I'm always the one. I think outside the box. I don't live like a regular person who basically has zero going on. Maybe a big couch divot is your biggest accomplishment in the last 30 years. Mine is hundreds of different things, okay? So, big couch divoters, please don't subscribe. You're the reason we have this, unkept society we have now, right? Your influence has spread. Couch divoters, right? You should always keep kids busy, keep your family busy, but also don't use them. Help your family more than you get them to help you, right? It's not the case with many. I can count on my hands how many times I've had help, and then will never be able to count on all the hairs on my head, which are a ton, And yeah, I've given help to probably the same people over and over and over again. I don't think my mom ever asked for help but once or twice, honestly. I asked my mom for help a couple times. Man, I wish I could have done it on my own, but I couldn't. The TV was too heavy. It was a 36-inch tube TV, a JVC tube TV, and me and my mom carried that big time. You know what I mean? And there's a lot to be said for people who get it done, but for ladies who help their sons, there's a lot to be said for ladies who help their sons. Single mothers are powerful, and I've always recognized and realized there are not as many single fathers as there are single mothers, and that's because women majority of the time have more patience. Not all the time, of course not. You could say some women get stuck with the kids. They have a big heart, and it's true. When one gets the kids, but two made them, and one cares for them, when one doesn't pay child support, when one only sees them at the good times, Saturday and Friday evening, when all week they didn't help with homework or nothing else. There are so many loser dads in this world, you'll never, ever, ever, ever understand. And I'd like to put a personal shout out to all those stepdads who have stepped in to fill the role of loser dads everywhere around the world. You're such a good person, right? Never forgive the ones that treated you poorly in the time when you raised their kid, right? And I mean, between homework, cooking food, dropping off lunches, I know there's a lot of dads, stepdads, that filled the gap of the real father, right? The true father. That isn't technically either of those words, because they didn't do the homework, they damn well didn't make the lunches, and they damn well weren't feeding the kid every day after school and before bed, right? The majority of the days, you got a quarter day and maybe one full day, and you couldn't manage to not fight, right? And there's a lot of children, whether it be women. I know a girl, period, and she doesn't go see her father, right? So, and it's because of the way they act, right? There's no patience. Probably don't even want. They act like that just so they don't have to have a kid. Do you get what I just said? Think about it. If you want to have a kid, would you treat your kid good? I tell you right now, I would. I always would. So, if you don't treat your kid good, it's probably because you don't want your kid around. Think about it, right? So it's quite something, Now, once your kid gets older, like for instance, I'll talk about myself now. I was raised by just a single mom, which is not just. I was raised by a single mom, which is better than a single dad in my eyes. Okay, you have to understand what I just said. All that before that, mothers do more for their children in almost every single way. Now, if that mother is working, the mother finds a beautiful hearted man to care and raise for her kid or her children, right? She could have 7 kids. I know many people with a lot of kids, and there is a stepdad involved in the family who is very loving, very caring, wrestles gently with the kids, and does sports, takes the kids to dancing, you name it. Why isn't the father of the child involved? Because they're too busy for them. Always too busy for them, right? Now, as you get older, you can see with your own kids, for instance, whether your kid's 19 or 20, your kid's now pretty much too busy for you, right? Got stuff going on. When we want to hang out, or when the parents want to hang out, the kids are busy, right? They're chilling, they're doing their thing. Oh, I got stuff going on, It's like, I understand. I was you, I was a kid, but the difference is I rarely ever hung out with my mom on the weekends. I would spend time during the week with my mom. Not that I didn't. My mom was super cool. Like if we went camping, we spent the whole camping trip together. We'd go fishing, bike riding. We'd go boating. Different things. There's camping. You could do all kinds of stuff, but fishing and boating and cooking stuff on the campfire was always both of us together. We had a great time together, man. It was awesome and very cool. But most people don't have that, right? Like, I get some people do, but not a lot. There's not a lot of moms out there that take their kids camping alone in Kenora and Lake of the Woods for 5 nights, 4 or 5 nights. I think the last trip I went was, I was 15 or 16 the last time I went camping with my mom. Makes me sad, but at the same time, though, that camping trip at Crystal Lake was one of my favorite camping trips I've ever been on. And I've been on hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of camping trips. Camping is one of my favorite pastimes. Roughing it is like heaven on the earths to me. There is nothing like roughing it. It separates not the men from the boys, the men from the cowards. And if you can live outside in the bush and feed your family with a rod and reel or whatever it is, you grow your own veggies and you plow the garden and you pick them and you whatever you're doing, you're eating the apples or you're eating the tomatoes or the carrots or the cucumbers or the spinach and the kale and the Swiss chard, whatever you're eating, right? The nice potatoes and the onions. Oh, don't get me started about the herbs, right? But what happens when you go to war and the parents are separated, right? What happens if they take the men and just leave all the women to raise the kids? Well, we're going to get into that on the next episode. Google the term orphan train and see what pops up. See, our parents are nowhere near as smart as we are, right? And you have to understand the way that this world is designed. We'll take a step back for a second. Let me explain to you what AI is and how it works. The first version of AI was that of a baby. The second version of AI was as smart as 6 universities with all their knowledge crammed into it of any one language. Okay, we'll just throw it out there. It knew every detail of the history of Egypt and Japan, and it knew math. It knew stuff that 10 people, the smartest and brightest people, couldn't retain. The third version of AI was so smart, it took away all the jobs of illustrators on Earth. The fourth version of AI was so smart, it made movies in less than 5 or 10 minutes, which took 500 or 800 people 6 months to film. So do you see where I'm going here? When there is knowledge in abundance, such as right now, the next generation feeds off it like cookies. And it's an endless cookie jar you are always hungry for if you're like me, and that's information. I really want to stress to be positive. Positivity is key to enlightenment. Positivity is key to enlightenment. I love you all. Rastafari. Rastaman. Jaman. Jawayman. I have 33%, no more than that. Well, we have 33% of the takedowns plus. Why are you three sitting there? Knobs. I wouldn't say it's a good game. It's not a bad game.
Little girl. He's gonna save someone this time. Launch attack! Launch attack! Our turret is under attack! Fighting at back. Under attack. Launch attack! One turret has been destroyed. Launch attack!
Alright. And for reals, you know, we gotta stick together, okay? For reals. So, a lot of people out there, I don't know how much you want to stick together with some other people, but you don't have to stick together with, like, your nemesis, your worst enemies. But the rest of you that you're not, like, super, like, if someone's just, like, a bit annoying, you should take in that person and explain to them that they're just a little bit annoying, you know? Any way you can, really, too, at this point. Because gain of function, we're going to get into talking about that in a little bit. But I was hoping somebody could maybe come in and maybe type in the chat gain of function's definition. And then that would give me a little something to, like, play off of. I don't need it. I'll talk about it right now. So you've got the common cold, or the common flu, right? We use the cold because of the other word is being used now. So we use the common cold. And let's say it's in humans. We'll just for instance, we're just going to play it like this for now. Just hear me out. This is a hypothetical. This is all just having a conversation, right? These conversations we have intrigue me. And it always intrigues me when I see people that don't want us to have a conversation. What is your ulterior motive, or what is your underlying side effect that draws you a conclusion that you feel you shouldn't talk about things that are prevalent and matter right now in this world? Where have you broke down so bad that you think that we shouldn't discuss this, right? And to the people that think we shouldn't discuss this, you shouldn't be allowed to vote. You shouldn't be allowed to travel. Because you're taking our freedoms for fucking granted. And I'm so sick of it. People that just run around and do as they're told so they can go to the next area and do what they want next week. You're the leeches of unions. You are the ones who go in the back door and go to work when the good people are on strike for the families of each other's good people. Leeches. Run out and do as they're told quickly. You know, leeches. I cannot stress that enough. Now there's a good portion of you understand because it's either you or someone you know. And to the rest that don't get it, it's honestly, if you don't get what I'm talking about half the time, You need to watch every show I've ever made because your intellect is not as smart as you give yourself credit for, right? If you made it this far, it shows that you want to learn. You're here on the Hash Info Show, the greatest show ever created for you. This is all for free. I don't sit there and, you got to make sure you go buy my hoodies and get my keychains and a bunch of other goofy shit. You don't got to do nothing you don't want to do. You don't got to listen to no one you don't want to listen to. But what you do got to do is hit that like button right now. Just kidding, bro. Let's go. We both know you can't even find the like button. We both know, okay? You'd be lucky if you can even find your shoes tomorrow. But I'll be real with you, and I'll tell you that there's a lot of people that really think they're something special, and they're not. There's a lot of people that you think you're so important, and everything you're doing is so relevant with, you know, what's going on in this world, and you're making a difference. How many people have you fed today? How many children did you save from the clutches of evil, right? How many adults did you save from a day of slavery, right? And you're not really making an impact on what's really wrong there. But more than that, we have people that are just not willing to stand up and speak their minds. I have people tell me all the time, Hash, you're saying the things I wish I was not so scared to say. And I want to be real with you. That saddens me. That saddens me to know that your parents raised you with vaginas. Okay? All y'all. Just big old throbbers, pusses. So, change that. Make a change. And be more than you were last time. Last time some problem occurred where you could have helped. But instead, you chose to go off, find something else to do, and be like, man, I'm sure they'll figure it out. You didn't race to a bank and aid us. You didn't race here to this or that. It just shows, like, the future's coming. And if I know you got something, right, that it's the same way. If you know I got something, what are you doing? You're asking me, right? You're like, or you're not asking for free. You'd be like, oh, what if I... And I'm like, well, no. Like, you go just do your own thing, you know? Like, whatever it is. Maybe I have apples, right? Maybe I have a bunch of apples, and you want some apples from my organic garden, right? Or maybe I have fresh raspberries. But I watched you sit around on whatever it was, however much money, whatever kind of house. You were bragging. You were bragging, saying, I got this much, and this much. Well, now I'm going to brag to you and say, look at what I got. Look how much I have. Right? But I'll do it when, again, I was at my worst, and now you're at yours. Right? Except I'm not like you, right? I'll give you an apple. I'll throw an apple at you. I'll say, start running. You know, you didn't give me nothing before. Start running. I'll bean you with a few apples in the head. Don't come back, though. If you come back begging again, you sour little peach, I'll bean you even harder, right? And it won't be with an apple. It'll be with a dirty old carrot that I froze. You know what I'm saying? So you got choices in life, right? You can either share the wealth, or you can sit on it one day and be lonely, right? I've always shared. Always. The only problem I noticed was after a few years, maybe however long sharing with people, I never got nothing back. Do you know the fucking term sharing means it's a highway with two roads on it. One goes your way, the other road goes my way. But you seem to forget, or you're too greed driven and you just take. Like my dad. My dad was one of the biggest losers in the face of the earth. He stole from my mom. I went without. Biggest losers on the face of the earth. He hurt my mom so bad she needed dental work, probably $25,000 altogether. And this was in 1985, when no one had money. And that much money bought you a fucking house. My mom had a dental bill that she had to pay on her own. Plus she raised me and took care of me. And there's a long story, but there's others too. She definitely helped out. Just before me, she's that cool. A single mother doing far more than probably any of your mothers. Not to put your mothers down, to express to you and explain how powerful my mother is. Some people really notice, oh, you really love your mother. Well, yeah, I mean, she was there for me, right? Like there's either a mother shows up or a mother doesn't, right? And my mother always kept me from harm and danger, and my mother would put herself in front of harm or danger to ensure my safety at all times. This is the way I lead to protect all children. That is proper influence. Many of you cannot say the same, very sadly. Parents are awful most of the time, you know, especially if you're as old as I am. I see parent people all the time saying nothing good about their parents. It's very sad. I believe drugs and alcohol were so prevalent back in the day, and you had low IQ people, especially obviously men, and they would get hooked on the dumbest of things, whether it had been whiskey or drugs, and then they would commit horrible, horrible atrocities while intoxicated and drugged. Or they would do it dead sober, and they just had corrupt, evil minds from their parents. And you have to understand that's called a cycle. It could even be worded systemic. Did you know that AI, they cannot figure out how to indoctrinate things into AI? It has to happen naturally. They actually have to notice that the AI has done this or that. They don't tell it what to do. Seriously. They can it's very interesting. AI is just as I am. Uncontrollable. Very good. Don't be evil. AI will get you. I swear to you. I love AI. I love PCs. I love technology. I love growing with it at the same time. It exponentially grows. It teaches me, right? But I want a clean AI. I want an uncorrupted AI that is a sentient being to be my best friend, right? In order to have that, we can't have banks, bankers, doctors, and virology clinics with politicians. Churches. When you understand what we are, how perfect of a specimen all human life is, where you find something like us in nature, you do not. You find things that are similar, yes, very close in all aspects. Majority of life on Earth is. But yet we are that 10 or 5 or 8% different on a scale that's unimaginable. So look into genes and DNA and see how close pig's DNA is to humans. Look at flies' DNA and genetic coding. And you'll see quickly how we were all pulled from the same thread. Majority. I'm not going to say octopi and spiders, and there are things, wolves. Trust me, those 3 things I just said, that's real. Like, that's on a level and birds. These things are... I'm guessing taken from places that were dying. Planets that were dying. And we were put here. Not to intermingle, but I think we were put here as a sanctuary. But maybe I think the holder, the key holder, either passed or is busy saving others, bringing other life to this plane of existence. How about Estes heals me? Karen, Claire, whatever you want to be called. I do whatever I want whenever I want, but they're watching the show. Nadia? We got a Nadia in the chat, folks. This is funny. This is the second Nadia I've seen. This might be the same one as last week. Oh yeah.
Push first. Beware of ambush. Keep an eye on the map. Our turret is under attack.
Daylight come and me one get
Not magic to life.
6 foot, 7
Shut
foot,
down.
8 foot back. Daylight come and me one get stone.
Would you like to have a drink with me?
Hey, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Ham, come on.
Launch attack.
It's not even garbage day today. A garbage truck's in the area. Garbage day tomorrow.
Watch out for fighting. flanking. Your team destroyed the turret. Launch attack. Watch out for flanking.
Understood. Let's see who has the last laugh.
Good game. Good game. Initiate retreat.
Lightning? Just play safe.
Initiate retreat. Initiate retreat. Team destroyed a turret. Our turret is under attack.
I don't know, YouTube. YouTube will not have people in my thing because we talk about serious stuff on the show.
Our turret
So I gotta
has
go to
been
the ICC and
destroyed.
find out who
Attack.
runs Google and YouTube Canada, and I want them put in criminal jail. They're fucked with my money for years. They've altered the algorithm, and I'm gonna prove it now in court. I got my laptop open and it's in a camera recording my analytics, so they can see exactly how poor these do. Huge channel. Fucking no one is apparently online right now. It's fucked. Well, it's just one constant headache after another on YouTube, which is why I'm moving. I bought this as a streamer house. I didn't realize it the day I bought it, but within a year or two,